You did say to turn on the camera, and that's the best way I know how. Record.
that whistle was crazy. It is already recording. Stop telling me how to do my job.
I'm already on my fucking game, dude.
I have, not to be dramatic, but
yeah, why would you ever?
I have earth-shattering, life-altering news.
I don't believe you, but go ahead.
I think I'm coming out of my Hassan Piker phase.
Yep.
Because I got the ick from him last week. So there are all these protests going on right now to like protest against ICE and government sanctioned kidnapping and all that kind of stuff. And they it's really going down in LA. They've been protesting for days and days and days. Like it is really, really serious. And so
now's not the time.
He's like the way he makes money is by streaming on Twitch. That's his whole thing. And so instead of doing like sit down political live streams like he normally does, you can just throw that on the ground. He was streaming going to the protests. Okay. And there was like the first day, I think, the LAPD, who notoriously, infamously doesn't give two flying fucks about protesters, literally anything ever, but including but not limited to the Rodney King riots. Like they don't give two flying fucks about protesters. So they're throwing flashbangs into the protest crowd.
Just spraying pepper spray.
Yeah, a flashbang is just like if you don't know what that is, it's like a firecracker kind of. It's not tear gas, it's not mustard gas, but throwing a firecracker on the ground in front of someone is still obviously very dangerous. So they're throwing those into the crowd. They're like shooting rubber bullets. It's like really serious. And when they throw a flashbang, they throw it like kind of near him. And he's like talking to the camera and he kind of like ducks. And then he starts like giggling and like laughing, which is like maybe nervous energy. Yeah. You know, whatever.
It's like
but then he asks the guy who's holding the camera if it messed up his hair. And I was like, all right, I think I'm out maybe. Because that's crazy. Personally. And I'm not saying he like is canceled and deserves death and whatever. What I'm saying is that my coochie nearly shriveled up and fell off when I saw that. I was like, oh, this like funny barking on the internet at him thing. I like don't know if that's funny anymore because I don't know if I live, laugh, love all of the stuff he'd be putting out on the internet. I don't know. Just like that. He's also like, not to say that people who are attractive can't know they're attractive, but he talks about how attractive he is a lot, like on the internet recently. That's been like kind of a thing. And like, that's like, okay. But talking about it all the time is kind of annoying. I don't know. He's a celebrity. Who gives two fucks what I think? You know what I mean?
You're also just like allowed to not like a person.
But don't worry.
Oh boy.
Someone is replacing him.
Oh boy.
Don't worry. Who wants to guess in the audience if I have moved past my Hamilton phase? If you guessed no, congratulations, you're very smart. I am not only still in my Hamilton phase, I am balls deep in that hoe. It is really serious for me. I absolutely...
Yeah, you know something serious when you say balls deep in that hoe.
I cannot stop listening to the soundtrack. I can't. I listen to it constantly. There was a night this last week that I was upstairs in my room in my recliner, my like easy chair in my room because I'm a 55-year-old dad. And I was playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure on my Switch and watching Hamilton on Disney Plus on my phone.
That's a crazy combination.
And I was like, this is how I am meant to be in the world.
That's your flow state?
Yes, this is who I am. It was fucking awesome. And as I was watching it, I remember, and the musical theater girlies out there are going to know exactly what's going down. You know who I'm talking about already. The dude who plays Philip, what's his bucket, and then... Lawrence, the other guy, he like in Act 1 versus Act 2, because most of the main actors play two characters. I was like watching it and I was like, wait, there's something going on with Anthony Ramos. What's happening here? And then I remembered he is in the movie version of In the Heights. And I remember how fucking hot he is in that movie. And then I fell down a rabbit hole and I got, you guessed it, thirst edits of him on my For You page. And I was like, wow, we're literally so fucking back. I actually think, I'm not kidding, I think I saw the weird video of Hassan Piker on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night was like, that's the new love of my life. And it's, if we're going to be really honest, in a moment of honesty and vulnerability here on this Good Christian podcast, it's a return to form, right? This is a musical theater straight who has a nice smile, who has a great head of hair, who is little. He's 5'9". this is who we know I am at my core human being, as a core person. That this makes sense a little bit more for me than the Hassan Piker thing did. Not to say I don't think Hassan Piker's attractive. Don't worry, I still do. However, if we're talking about barking at someone on the internet, it's a little bit different now. The end. That's my earth-shattering, life-altering, reality-shaking news. Your thoughts?
For one, am speechless.
That's not true.
You're right.
Your speeches like this is so stupid. Your speech is who fucking cares, actually. Which is fair.
That was about 4.5 solid minutes of you going, I now have a crush on a different celebrity instead of this other one.
That's a really good impression of me, actually.
It's exactly what you sound like.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this light off because it's super fucking bright. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I was going to say about Anthony Ramos. I don't think so. Yes, but they are for the end because they have spoilers in them. So we'll get to them, weirdly enough, at the end of this episode.
Oh.
Okay, are you ready to do the theme song?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to the Pyramid, guys. Guys, gals, and non-binary. My name is Amanda, and I'm your host every single freaking week except for the weeks that I'm not.
And I'm Eli, the dipshit participation trophy of co-hosts.
Very slay.
The unfrosted Pop-Tart of this here podcast.
Sleeper agent for the patriarchy.
Eli Elizabeth Farmer.
Yes. The
Eli
personality,
Breakfast Farmer.
the personality equivalent to a LaCroix that's been sitting out all day. Yes.
I didn't agree to that one.
Well, I did.
No.
I agree with that one. Also, in a moment of...
We all know I'm not flat either.
Okay. If you stand up,
dude, it's the last episode of this season.
I'm gonna kill you. There will be footage and audio of your life ending.
If you think
I could,
you can
my center of gravity's lower. I could sweep the leg.
No, if you think you can keep me contained in this here couch,
yeah. I think I could.
You're wrong.
I think I could.
You're
also,
wrong.
In a
I'm
moment,
too fast.
Okay, in a moment of continuing vulnerability and honesty, I have titrated my mental health medication, which means I now take more of it than I used to. It is affecting me neurologically, so I'm struggling sometimes. Like I will get, I'll like misspeak. Like I'll say words wrong. Like when I just said like into the audience instead of into the crowd, or like I'll mess up a word. So sorry.
That also just like happens.
True, but it's a
like
side effect
people.
of the medication I take.
I've had a few concussions, and so I do that too.
That explains it. But for me, once I'm on that level for long enough, it will go away. That symptom will go away. But for right now, you'll be like, what the fuck is she even talking about? I'll be like, well, that's ableist.
I gotta tell you
Just
also,
kidding.
that wouldn't be the first time on this here podcast that someone's thought that. I don't know if this is earth-shattering news to you.
That is so rude.
Yeah.
This started as my podcast. This is my house, my equipment, my editing time.
No, there's now a Bully Amanda podcast.
It better not be. Girl, you do not
else.
want that. You absolutely do not want, because then I'm going to have a reason to be mean to you. This is me bullying you for no reason.
No, then you would just sit there and
If I had,
cry.
actually, that's probably true. I cried a lot today. We're going to get into it, but I did cry a lot today. Do you want to start with the pyramid of life and stuff? Oh, this is also the bingo episode. Congratulations. We are here. I said that on purpose. We are here doing MFing bingo because our lovely listener, Kaylee, gave us bingo cards. I'm going to post them on our Instagram. We decided that we're going to treat this just like a list, not necessarily the mechanic of bingo. So, like, we have the bingo cards, but it's just like everything that is on the card. We're going to take a drink if that thing happens.
As best we can.
You, the listener, should play it as bingo and submit your pick, and not even this episode. Like, pick your favorite episode, go back it, and listen to it playing bingo.
You know what is also a good addition to that is they can say like the name of the episode or whatever.
Sorry, Iggy's face was crazy.
Say how soon into the episode they got bingo.
Oh, yeah. They're like by minute 4.
I bet, yeah, I would guarantee.
I got bingo before the theme song.
There are some that you could go like 12 minutes in, someone's going to have bingo.
As insanely chaotic as this podcast is, it is at its core formulaic. You can't expect like certain things. You know what I mean?
30 minutes of bullshit.
Right.
Some goofy ass emails.
Right.
Me laughing at the theme song or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Pyramid, content of this episode, betting your bottom dollar.
Songs.
a bunch of the content, and then a song, and then
a
that's
song, and also Iggy, the recent dish. Okay, let's.
An
Which
animal making an
actually,
appearance.
I did not mean to say this, but you have to take a drink because I said a dish, and that's a shortened version of the word
Chug-a-lug.
addition.
You don't have to drink at everything. I'm going to drink at everything.
Okay, sounds good. You just want to be drunk on the internet. Let's see. Okay, we're literally so back, it's insane. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to take a drink because I already am lost in my notes. Fuck!
I'm
Okay.
drinking.
Fuck me, that's so annoying. Okay. I'm already mad.
Hell yeah, brother.
We're sipping on Malibu and Sprite.
Oh, wait, that's one.
A little ASMR.
Me saying hell yeah, brother.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh no.
We're done for.
Dude, we're never gonna get through this episode. Oh no.
We gotta try and move through somewhat
Pyramids,
quickly, or else
yeah.
This is gonna be 2.5 hours long.
I'm gonna speed run my whole pyramid, and then you can speed run all of yours. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, unless you don't want to.
No, that's fine.
You got something you want to talk about?
No, I'm
Okay.
just being difficult.
Surprise, surprise! Oh, wait. One of mine just breaks out into song. Fuck!
Oh, we're so fucking screwed, dude. You know what's gonna
We're
happen? too? Hang on.
cooked.
What's gonna happen is we're gonna get towards like 2/3 of the way into the episode, and we've forgotten everything we're supposed to be
What
doing.
also sucks balls is that I'm supposed to read like 4 listener emails at the end
Good luck with that.
because they have spoilers in them.
yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Holy
Here we
hell.
go, dude. We're gonna be fine. Okay. Bottom of my pyramid, I meant to buy plain Greek yogurt to cook a bunch of stuff, and I accidentally bought vanilla. So now I have a tub of vanilla Greek yogurt that's completely unusable. Well, other than eating it, but like, I can't.
I have all this food
I
that's
can't-
worthless except for
I
eating it.
I mean, I can't cook with it. Like I thought I was gonna do.
Put some granola and like some blackberries in that shit.
But I don't
Bang.
have either of those things, Diva.
Go
So
buy them, diva.
yeah, and with a tub of plain yogurt.
Is you calling somebody diva on your list?
You wish, but no, it's not.
No.
It might be on the third one.
Yeah,
the-
for transparency's sake, we grabbed 2 random bingo card
Yeah,
lists
of
and
the
we're just
3.
going through those.
The middle of my pyramid is that I went to a protest today, and it's great to be at a protest. Or I went to a march today. You can protest in ways that are not necessarily showing up to a march. You can protest with your time. You can protest with your money. You can protest, in other ways too. I went to a march today. I went to a rally. And for me personally, it's really great because we live in such a conservative fuck-ass state and city. It's good for me to physically see people that are on the right side of history because the polls are not going to tell you that. The demographics are not going to tell you that. The downside is that we're there for a really shitty reason. We're there to protest Donald Trump. We're there to protest his birthday. We're there to protest ICE, which is
We're
the
not protesting
immigration.
his birthday.
I was-
protesting the celebration of it, though.
I'm protesting the fact that he was born.
Rachel just walked
Go
in.
around the cord.
You're good. Everyone, this is Rachel
Hi, Rachel.
and her multi-patterned bag.
Yeah, her Vera Bradley sleigh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck.
What is Slay on there?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I went to a protest. It was great. It was not great. You know what I mean? It's like the reason for being there sucks butts, but but going doesn't.
Yeah. Well, the other thing,
It was
if
also
I
very safe, which is very
that's good. If I can
Great.
make a comment, I'm going to try and keep this brief, but about protests like that, like you talked about just now, like the best reason to protest, I think, is to be visible.
Yeah.
This is in my opinion, and I think I'm in the minority in having this opinion, that protests like this, that like everyone goes and holds up signs and nobody stops traffic, no representatives are there getting yelled at.
We're not throwing things.
Nothing
We're not
like
breaking
that.
buildings.
That is the best thing that can happen from that is that you gain like some sense of solidarity. You say,
Yeah.
oh, other people also feel this. You get to be a part of something, whatever. What's going to be different tomorrow, though? Fucking nothing. The military parade still happened. Donald Trump's still the president. No one's going to court for anything. No one's getting fined. No one's getting impeached, whatever. Nothing is actually going to change. And so that is the biggest thing that you can do is actually boycott. You mentioned it with your money. That is power. That your money is voice. That is why politicians listen to the people that give them money. That's why lobbyists exist. That's why corporations have such huge voices. Money talks. And so boycotts are the most effective way of protesting. Violence is what the ruling class wants you to do so that they can strike you down with way bigger weapons and they can fucking kill you. Peaceful protests like today is effective to a degree in like gaining some momentum, but it's not actually going to like really be the cause of change. The real cause of change is money. Stop giving people your money, stop giving them your vote, and they will do something different. So let this be like the first step towards like creating real change. And I'm sorry if that's like bursting bubbles or whatever, because like I'm not saying that the protest today or I'm sorry, the march today is like ineffective or useless. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it is a good first step, but this cannot be like the only thing that happens. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, anyway, the top of your pyramid.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It's the top of my pyramid.
Fuck yeah.
What's yours?
That is, we are speedrunning the hell out of this thing. The bottom is that, so the Republican governors were all like from across the country, were all in town this weekend for like a convention or whatever bullshit. And some of like their wives, the Republican first ladies of the governors, like 10 of them came to Second Harvest on Thursday. And they were, so we have our volunteer engagement center decorated for Pride. We got like just rainbow stuff everywhere. We have flags everywhere, blah, blah. They were intentionally, by our CEO and my boss, kept out of the volunteer engagement center. They were taken into the lobby, given an orientation there, and walked straight into the warehouse. When they had to use the bathroom, they didn't go into the volunteer engagement center bathroom to use it. They had to go into like the lobby or even like our office side. Like they were let into the offices to use the bathroom because like God forbid they see rainbow shit. We have we have a big sign in the volunteer engagement center, excuse me, that says the food bank is for everyone.
Sure.
And that's just too much for them to handle apparently. And that is just such a bummer to watch like our CEO like essentially bend the fucking knee to them. It's insane. It's fucking insane. The middle of my pyramid is double booking yourself for plans. This happens to me every so often because I have the memory of a goddamn goldfish, and also I like want to spend time with the people that I want to spend time with, and so whenever someone's like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" My gut instinct is to be like, "Yes, I can." And if I forgot to write something down in my calendar, I'm like, "Great, I got nothing going on," and then I sometimes have double booked myself, and I'm very sorry. The top is getting asked for gym help or advice. Both from strangers or not. I had two different people this week approach me.
Nice.
One asked me, like, what is this exercise you're doing? Do you have any tips for that? Then another came up and asked me, like, hey, I'm about to use this machine. What the hell does this do?
Right.
And I was like, I'm so glad you asked, and like spent like 10 minutes walking him through it and like kind of coached him through the sets and everything, and it was super cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah. Okay, we're talking about, I didn't write down the title of the episode. It's season 4, episode 31.
I think it's Hollywood Here We Come Part 2.
Is it? Okay, I'm going to have to change the titles of the episode, which doesn't matter to anybody except me. But it's season 4, episode 31.
Yes.
Part, which is the second part of the first part, which is...
No, that's right.
Season 4, episode 30. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Called Who Gives a Fuck? Like... Whatever. What are we doing?
Hey team, what are we? Is that on a bingo
Hey team,
card?
what are we doing?
That
no,
was
it is
said
not,
a lot
but
in
it should
older
be.
episodes.
It should be. I have to burp.
Oh, do it.
Was burping on a bingo card? I don't think
It's
it
not
was.
on mine. Somewhat, Kaylee is
That
just like,
Sprite-
yes, it is.
That Sprite was like lukewarm.
Just Amanda is gassy.
Ugh. Yeah. Also, I like bodied my dinner, and so it's like there's a lot
Hell yeah.
happening.
Did
Okay.
you say you necked it?
No, I wouldn't, because I said that and you were like, ew, gross. But I did, in fact, neck some eggs before Eli got here. I did. Okay. Previously on. That's on the bingo card that we're not using. Oh, wait, is that on your bingo card? Oh, it is. Whoops. Okay. Take a drink.
Take a drink.
We're at Nationals. We had Nationals we're in Nationals prep last week, and then we're actually doing Nationals this week.
Yeah, that fuck-ass dance-off.
Literally fuck-ass dance-off in the fucking streets.
When they started doing the
Step
group
Up to the
routines,
remix. In the streets.
I was so mad. Because at first I thought, yeah, like Chloe and Nia, they're like really doing the thing that takes guts. No, all
I stand by what I said last week. I was hoping it was going to be an Abby Kathy dance-off. I thought they were going to get crunk in the streets. I thought they were going to crump like in a Bring It On.
Abby starts twerking.
Hell yeah.
If you don't know what twerking is, here's an example.
No, do not. I'm glad she didn't put Eli shakes ass. That's a score that would go totally untouched because I edit it out every time you shake ass.
That's awesome.
Cameron, Chloe, Kendall have solos, not Maddie. Which throughout the course of my notes, I have yeah right LOL every time they say Maddie's not doing a solo.
Right.
Come to find out, spoiler alert, she does not do a solo this week, and I was shocked.
Me too, and how that unfolded is not how I thought it would go down.
No, I was
crazy.
shocked. Sarah got yelled at. She and Chrissy got kicked out. Kathy is going to do a group number to Chandelier, and then we had a dance off in the streets. Everybody say bye, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel.
Where's Ig?
She's over there.
Oh, she's around.
She's giving off weird vibes in the corner.
Doing her taxes.
She'll be fine.
She's been out a multiple.
Yeah, she's fine.
All right, bye, Rachel.
This week, we're still in LA. We're in the rehearsal room that we were in last week with both teams. What?
And weirdly, there's no yelling at the beginning of the episode. That must be just a
No,
Pittsburgh
she does
thing.
say, "Come on, girls, let's
yeah,
go."
she says, "Come on, girls," but like just a little loud talking. It's not yelling like normal. She's not shrieking.
Yeah, that's
Just
fair.
like, all right, girls, come on.
Come on, let's go.
Weird.
We get this like big speech about like nationals is life or death. There's a wait. Do I have to take a drink?
Yes. Anytime. Yes.
No,
that's on mine.
that's you.
No. Anytime. Like.
Yeah, but
example...
you have to take a drink. It's on your card. It's not on mine.
Damn it.
Loser.
Oh no, I have to drink alcohol with one of my best friends.
Yeah,
This sucks.
whatever. One of. I'm just kidding. Have you seen? No, you haven't because I haven't showed it to you. But there's a clip of Miley Cyrus and she's getting ready for the Something Beautiful music video. Which, side note, if you have a chance to see Something Beautiful, the concert or the album Visualizer by Miley Cyrus, you should. I was alive for the first time. It was awesome.
If you really want to see something beautiful, just
No.
watch the podcast.
Whatever. Oh, I have to take a drink. Because it's the Amanda is tired of Eli's stupid joke.
Wait, stupid jokes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
But she's getting ready and someone is like detailing the beads on her Mugler outfit that she's wearing. And she's like talking to her stylist and she goes, "Does it look awesome?" And he goes, "It looks so good." And he goes, "It's one of the sickest looks I've ever seen." And she goes,
One of.
"What do you mean one of?" Okay. I have to take
attacked.
another drink because one of mine's an Iggy appearance.
Oh god, ow. Right, well.
Ew, those mouth sounds are crazy, bro.
Oh, is she doing it into the mic?
Yes.
Lay
Freak.
Down. Lay down. Yeah, she's going crazy.
She's like, "It's a Saturday night. I'm here with my girls, feeling alive for the first time." Okay. We get a reminder about the crab apples, is what she calls them. You know, they're going to be here, whatever.
Yeah.
The original group is doing a number called Amber Alert, and Abby says that she's nervous. She says that's not chilling enough, and that it's like a hot mess.
She says the subject matter is inherently chilling, which,
Right.
I mean, correct, but she's like, it's not coming across in the actual dance. Do
Right.
you think maybe that has something to do with the fact that she spent, I don't know, 10 minutes watching the girls rehearse it?
Yeah, for real.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that has something to do with the fact that she, like, hey, wasn't here all
Isn't
week.
teaching.
Well, right. Yeah. The new group is doing a number that's called Hollywood Stars, and she's like, "This could be your last day alive," and it's like a whole thing.
But it is your chance to launch yourself into stardom.
All right, okay, whatever. I don't know about all that. Yeah, whatever. Abby calls out Chloe, Kendall, and Cameron just to like yell at them basically about being the worst and how they can be better and whatever.
Well, yeah, she says, Cameron, if you lose, you're out. She said, Kendall, she's made progress and she's right on Maddie's heels, which sort of.
Okay.
She has been doing great.
It's been like 3 weeks, but okay.
She has been doing great. It's been
Whatever.
a little long. But yeah, she's been doing great. And then, Chloe, you need to work on confidence, is what she says. And I said, that is in spite of Abby herself constantly trying to ruin it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
She's like, hey, Chloe, you need to be more confident.
She's like, "Give me a tougher fight, you small 11, 12-year-old girl. Like, make it harder for me. Have confidence so I can smack you down harder."
Yeah, well, if you have an issue with her confidence, stop talking shit to her and actively trying to create her demise every
Right.
fucking week,
Right.
Abby.
I did write
The
a pun.
call is very much coming from inside the house. Bless you. That was a good one.
I did write a pun down that I think would make you giggle.
Let's fucking go.
Put the dance in confidence. Whatever.
That's
Okay.
good. I like it.
And thank you. Ugh, gross. Thank you, derogatory. Thank you, upsettingly.
Yeah.
Holly then asks Melissa about the solos, and Abby says that Maddie's like started to do one, and if she wants to do one, she can, but she doesn't like give a concrete answer, whatever. And then Jill is like, "Wait, what? Is she or is she not? Like, can we just
Yeah.
get? It's tomorrow. Can we just get an answer about who's going to be on stage. Like, this is fucking stupid. And Melissa, weirdly, chimes in at this point and says that she doesn't think that Maddie needs a solo. She's like, I want to give the other girls an opportunity to shine. Okay, sure.
Christy literally just goes, pfft.
Yeah, she's like, whatever, girl. Abby then is like, hey, Melissa, this is the thing that really, I almost said cooks my grits, but it's on my card, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh, you said it, though. I'm drinking.
Okay, I'll take a drink, I guess.
Yay.
There's some ice ASMR for you. There was a protest sign today that said the only good kind of ice is the kind from Sonic. I thought that was awesome. I'm like, fucking period.
I like your sign.
Also, there is also, if you don't know what ICE is, because you're not from the States, because we have a few international listeners, ICE stands for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It is a group of Gestapo-style spies that will go into the homes of people of color and take them and deport them to El Salvador for literally no reason. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a documented U.S. citizen or not. They will scoop you up and throw you out like the trash. It's crazy.
The goal was their actual job is supposed to be just like enforcing United States immigration laws and giving like immigration support and stuff like that.
It is not
it's supposed to be. They are now a masked, anonymous, secret police.
Yes. They wear plain clothes. They're in unmarked cars.
Acts in accordance with what the current psychopath in chief wants them to do. And Stephen Miller. But yeah, they're like Amanda said, they're literally just abducting brown people and shipping them off to countries that they're not even from.
Kristi Noem, the head of Department of Homeland Security or whatever it is, she shot her dog.
I know.
And she wrote about it in her autobiography, and she said she would do it again. What was I talking about? We were talking about signs.
Yes,
oh, no.
You said the only good kind of ice is...
From Sonic.
Sonic ice.
So my brother-in-law works in politics, and he has access to a portal where you can see who's voted and who's not voted in, that kind of thing, that a lot of nonprofit people have access to. And he also has access to one that's for businesses, so you can see who they donated to campaign-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic, 98% Democrat. And there was one night that we were at Sonic.
They really are America's drive-in.
They literally are America's number one drink stop. You
sponsor,
bitches are mad. If
drink.
Sonic sponsored me, I would freak the fuck out. Us. If Sonic sponsored us, I would freak out.
No, it's you and I'm also here. If ever we actually secured a sponsor, what's the split? 90-10 maybe?
Maybe on a good day, yeah. I would keep all of it and I would give you a forehead kiss. That's what it would be.
I'll take it.
But me, Neely, and Pratik found out about that while we were at Sonic, and we call Sonic because my sister looked at those results and went, "Okay, period, Comrade Sonic." And so now we talk about going to see Comrade Sonic all the time. Okay,
that's awesome.
Anyway, Abby calls out Melissa. This is what kills me in their dynamic. Back to what I was originally saying. Is that Melissa runs D for Abby like it's going out of style. Like, she will always be on that team.
Team Abby.
But Abby doesn't give two fucks about Melissa. So in this moment, Abby's like, hey, Melissa, you're backpedaling a lot, Diva, because that's not what you said to me before. Before, you said that you cared more about Maddie's future than your friends, but now it seems like you care more about your friends than Maddie.
Well, because she's in front of them.
Throws her under the bus so hard she comes out the other side. And Abby's like, look, whatever. I can't get into all this. The group's my number one priority. I can't think about who's doing a solo. There's a lot to think about, not a lot of brain power, whatever. She doesn't say that, but I say that.
Wait, I think that's a thing where you like make up. Hold on.
This is just going to be a read.
Maybe I don't have it. There's got to be.
And there's one on the third one, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be on the third one.
There is also one on the third one about anytime Amanda reads a listener email and adds profanity.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yes. So Abby dismisses them. It's time for warm-ups. And we see the new group rehearsal.
Yes.
And Abby and her talking head like brings up the LA studio again. And she's like, I want to see who's going to be good enough to come with me. And like, we just have to see. By the way. Every time I say talking head?
Not every time, just you have now said
Bro,
talking
you're have to gonna get your stomach pumped by the end. That's what that's called. Why is it on the bingo card, Kaylee? That's what that's called. Damn.
I got something that can get pumped.
I hate you. You are my arch nemesis, actually. That is one of the most insane things you've said on the
one
podcast.
break in, all bets are off.
Because usually it's like, trying to find a joke somewhere, my penis, I don't know, whatever. That was crazy.
The
That
only
was
thing
crazy.
harder to find.
No. I am begging for you to not finish that
You
sentence.
already
Please.
know where it's going.
Everyone is also going to be like, why is Amanda running a fever by the end of this episode? First of all, don't say that. That hurts my feelings. Second of all, my face is going to get really red because I'm consuming alcohol. I'm so sorry. But you
Oh,
should
yeah,
have to get
dude.
over it. Tracy, one of the new moms, says, like, this team is perfect to move to LA, but we still have a long way to go and whatever.
It's so interesting that, like, this is an audition for LA. Like, you'd move across the country for a dance studio
Who
that Abby
hates you?
won't even be at. Who hates you?
Who hates you?
That's
Who
really-
actively preys on your downfall.
Yes.
It's so weird to me.
It is just, I don't get it.
It's freaky.
It's Stockholm syndrome.
It's
God,
freaky
you
behavior.
hear
Yeah.
Iggy?
The snoring.
Yeah.
Hold your microphone up to her. Let me see if we can get this. Oh, she's awake. Fuck. Okay, now she's just sniffing the mic.
She still grunt a little bit.
The snoring is nuts for sure.
Blinking away.
We get to see Kathy's rehearsal. We get to
Ugh.
see the chandelier of it all. Kathy like points out a flaw in one of the boys, like how he's doing his dance. And he goes, "Oh, what do you mean this?" And he hikes his leg up in the air and drops
snaps.
his torso. And like, not to be like judgmental during Pride Month, I bet he grew up to be gay because she was like, "You're not really doing something well." And he goes, "Oh, what, this?"
No,
And
no, no.
like,
She says that pirouetting isn't your strong suit, and you notice this in the final version of the dance.
Oh, really?
The other 4 members are doing pirouettes, and he does that thing perfectly in time with the music.
oh, I thought
It's
she was
slayed.
criticizing that thing.
Well, no, she was criticizing the pirouette, and then she's like, "Can you do like a different trick for those couple counts?" And he
Right.
goes, "Oh, you mean this?" And
Yeah.
she's like, "Yeah, that. Hell yeah."
I'm like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
slay
fucking
queen.
period.
That was the.
Anytime someone says slay.
I need to make another drink. I'm already out of mine.
Yikes. You can make when the timer goes off. That I remember to set. You bitches are mad. Because I remember to set a timer.
That feels like a thing that should be drink worthy. You bitches.
To
are
be
mad.
fair, I say you bitches are mad more in my personal life than I do on the internet. I say that all the time.
Yeah, and the bitches, what are they?
They're mad. They're literally mad. You bitches are mad. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry for using a gendered slur. I'm just quoting you.
I mean, yeah, he's quoting me, so it's fine. I can say whatever I want. Because I'm a girl. Just kidding. Kathy points out... Oh, wait, I already said this. Then she talks about, like, doing chandeliers, like, the song and how she believes in the mission and whatever. And one of the moms kind of, like, backpedals what she said last week, which was, I think this is fucking stupid. Don't do that. You're giving Abby another reason to target our kids. And now she's like, okay, wait, this is kind of eating. You should
Yeah.
maybe keep it.
It seemed a little scripted. She's like, "Hi, Kathy. By the way,
I would
just
like to take it
publicly
back.
announce I am taking back what I said.
Taking
this
back my
is
opinion.
awesome."
Yeah, exactly. We go back to the ALDC and she's like, okay, we are in their like rehearsal studio. This is like the last time to run the group, and Abby's like hyping them up in her way, which is like threatening them. You know what I mean?
She also says like, "This dance should be like shocking.
Yeah.
Like the judges should be thinking."
Gut wrenching.
Did the ALDC just do what I think they did? Which I find myself asking on a daily or a weekly basis when watching this show.
Did you just do that? Yes
Did they
or
just
no?
do what I think they did?
Yeah.
You betcha. Abby's causing trauma in yet another creative
and
way.
not even breaking a sweat while
No,
doing it. Like
no.
it doesn't even faze her.
Unbothered.
Yeah. Abby says that she needs like another dancer to fill like Sarah's spot where she was, because Sarah got kicked out last week. And so she's putting in another girl from the new team. We never hear about that, which is shocking to me. We hear about it once. There's a girl who got to be in 2 group routines. And she, spoiler alert, the new team gets kicked out at the end of the season. She was in the winning group. Spoiler alert. So like, what the hell? That's so fucking weird to me, but whatever.
This is it's like what was that show? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
With Wayne
Where
Brady.
everything's made up and the points don't
Wayne
matter.
Brady, a queer person. I don't know if you knew that. Came out a couple
Really?
years ago. Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Likes men.
You know who I just found out today that you probably already know, so please don't make fun of me, but Khalid.
Yes.
And I saw a clip
Yes.
of
Him
I
at
assume-
Chicago?
I assume he still identifies as him.
Or at World Pride, maybe?
But yeah, he had like painted nails and stuff. He's up
Yeah,
on stage.
he was in
and
pink.
Is like
Crying.
crying. Oh,
Because it's his first Pride being out, because somebody
Yes.
outed him on Twitter.
yes.
Somebody who had hooked up with him outed
Everyone
him.
went nuts. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. American Dream, that album changed my life. Or American Teenager, I mean. That's the name of the album. I listened to that so much my senior year of college.
Hell yeah.
I love him. I love him so much. Okay, Holly says the dance is a mess. And then Abby tells Maddie she needs to work on her solo. She's like, you know what? Fuck them kids. Maddie, go and work on your solo. Weird, because I thought Maddie wasn't doing a solo, first of all. And then Nia, the queen that she is, says, can she just stay in here so we can work on the group routine?
Yeah.
Because that would be better. Like,
Yeah, if
why
we're
are you asking her to
struggling,
leave?
why are we splitting up the group routine?
Right. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what I've noticed, actually? Whenever Nia pushes back a little bit, Abby does not
She's shook.
criticize her at all.
Yeah, she's
ever.
like, all right, well.
I've been like clocking it throughout these past couple
it.
seasons. Every single time Nia like kind of stands up for herself, Abby does not say anything to her.
Yeah.
Well, nor Holly either.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
And Holly goes, that's a really good question. Like, fucking period, Dr. Holly, the love of my life.
I wish I had a mother that was like Dr. Holly, who like had my fucking back like that. That is so dope. What?
Stop talking about Dr. Holly.
Oh shit.
Because also, this is the thing too, is
She whispers,
compared.
Stop it.
Stop it. Compared to Eli, I am a lightweight. I've seen Eli slightly tipsy, twice in the 7 years, almost 8 that we've been friends. And Eli's like damn near had to fireman carry me out of places before because I have like 2 hard seltzers. I'm like, woo! Like, I'm totally gone. So this is going to be a way more difficult episode for me than it will be for him if we're basing it off of statistics.
This is awesome.
This is not going to be awesome for me. I'm going to have a tummy ache later. Okay.
No, drink some pickle juice, dog.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I do. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
I told, what was I? Did I talk about my pyramid?
Please don't say the thing you always say. Please, I'm begging.
I had a
Okay,
second
thank
top of
God.
the pyramid.
What was it,
What the
King?
fuck was I talking about? No, I had a second drink, lady. The
hate
second
it
top
here.
of my, just real quick, this is already going off the rails.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The second top of my pyramid was this event that we had on Thursday at the
Mm.
same time that those Republican ladies were at Second Harvest. I wasn't there all day, did not interact with them once because I was at this event where we partnered with Moose Tracks.
With free ice cream. I saw that on
We
Instagram.
gave away 10,000 scoops of Moose Tracks ice cream in the
cute.
middle of downtown Nashville, one block off of Broadway.
Hell yeah.
And so I spent most of the day out in the hot sun, wearing repping Second Harvest, like borderline yelling at people to go
Fuck
eat
yeah,
ice
dude.
cream. I was
Yeah.
like yelling about the like how it benefits Second Harvest
Yeah.
and stuff, and I was just so in my element. Why am I telling this story? What was just happening?
Dr. Holly drinking lightweight me.
Oh, pickle juice.
Yes.
So they're like it's like 12:30 in the afternoon
Mm-hmm.
on a Thursday. So of course there are just dozens of like bachelorette parties roaming
right.
around. And this group of young women was like walking through, and I like yelled at them to get ice cream. They're like, "We're going to get lunch. We'll come back later." And I was like, "All right, cool." And they're like, "It's her birthday, so we might be drunker." And I was like, "Wait, it's your
Period.
birthday?" She's like,
Drink
"I'm
some pickle
turning-"
juice.
She's like, "I just turned 21 today," and I
God.
was like, I literally made that face. I was like,
Holy
"Girl,"
God.
I was like, "Drink water," and she's like, "Oh, we have been." I was like,
No.
if you want to prevent hangovers, drink pickle juice." And they're like, "Wait, what?" I was
Yes.
like, "Girl, I'm
Girl.
saving your life right now."
Girl.
I was like, every bar will have it. You can either just like eat some pickles at the end of the day, or even better, get what's called a pickleback shot. And she's like,
Yup.
"What's that?" I was like, "I'm so
Girl,
glad you asked."
your favorite thing to talk about.
Yes, I was like, shot of whiskey, shot of pickle juice. It's the best way to get drunk. And they both were like, "Oh, okay." I was like,
Yeah.
"I swear to you,
I
go
swear
order
to
that.
fuck,
Order
yeah.
it everywhere."
Yeah.
I hope I
tip,
saved their lives.
I can't tell you how many times it's really gotten me out of like a really hairy situation. I've woken up in the morning, been
Yep.
totally fine. It's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, anyway. Holly says that's a good question. I'm reading my card. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Abby says
Because
it's not a
she's
good
an
question.
educator.
No.
I'll drink.
No. It
That's
says
on my card.
anytime anyone says tea, so now you have to drink also.
What? Why do I drink for both?
Well, yeah, you have to drink for the both of us.
Okay. Well, I need to go make a drink.
Do you want me to stop the thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Aw, the wig.
spot. She can't fucking handle it.
She was totally peaceful, and then she was getting the good scratches.
Wig. Okay. So Abby says it's
Wait,
not a good. What? Oh, thank you.
Have the clap.
Thank you. Abby says it's actually not a good question. She's like, Maddie can go do her own thing. Nia and Mackenzie, she says, you guys have choreography with the chair for 1 minute and 45 seconds. That is a long ass time. Why did you have to say that?
Well, you said it. You can't set me up and not expect me to dunk.
You're right. I should be more conscientious of the setups I give you. But 1 minute and 45 seconds in like, what, a 3 minute, 4 minute solo? Like half?
I mean, frankly,
No
there's
fucking
no
way.
way the full dance is 3 or 4 minutes.
There's no way. Melissa doesn't say anything like...
Usual.
Right. She just goes with what Abby says, like usual. And Holly calls BS. She's like, you just said at the beginning of this episode, this morning, that you don't think Maddie should have a solo because you want to give it to the other girls. And now Abby's like, JK, Maddie, go work on a solo. And you're not saying anything? That's bullshit.
And that would have been the perfect time for you to, like, use your voice.
Right. And be like,
stand up
no,
for
no,
what's
no.
right.
She's not... She could go rehearse something else, but she might rehearse the solo, but she's not rehearsing because she's competing, right? You know, but she doesn't do that. And the moms like kind of get up and they go outside because they're really pissed that Melissa didn't speak up.
Yeah, Holly storms out first, and then the rest of them
Holly.
follow.
I love her. And Holly says, you know, essentially what you just said, that your decision to not say anything was sad, but not surprising, which is extra devastating.
No.
And then what?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, then Melissa goes inside, and the moms are like, you're storming away. Where are you going? She goes, I'm going inside to talk to Abby.
And they bleep out like 4 words
I know,
in a row.
which they don't show her. I think they just added in a bunch of bleeps.
agree.
I don't think
I
she
agree.
said all those words.
I agree.
Which she's not wrong. She does go in to talk to Abby, but it is to complain about the other moms.
Yeah, she's like, I just wanted to go to nationals and dance.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
is that
like,
so
I
much?
can't do this anymore, whatever. We cut to a commercial.
And spoiler alert, she does continue to do this anymore.
Well, right.
Melissa, you're not going anywhere.
Melissa,
why would you, like,
girl, I don't know who you're fooling, who you think you're fooling,
Yeah.
but you're not fooling us. We cut to a commercial, and when we come back, we're getting Cameron's solo. That's called This Is the Start, which means
commercial.
Nothing. Yeah, right. Abby, in her interview, says that Cameron reminds her of Maddie, and she needs to see if... I know. And she needs, for facial expressions, I guess, and she needs to see if Cameron can be the go-to and Maddie's not there. I thought that was Kendall. I thought the reason for Kendall's emotional trauma and low-key abuse was to be Maddie's replacement. And now you're telling me you're looking for Maddie's replacement? I am confused.
Also, while she's talking about how Cameron performs with her face fucking stone. Does not change for like the 30 full seconds.
Sure.
It's like just eyebrows at the top of her forehead and just
smiling.
just a smile on her face.
Yeah, ridiculous. The moms are talking about, like, they're like sitting in the lobby and they're like, where do we stand? What's going on? And Holly says that she thinks this is the most fractured the group has ever been.
I would agree.
Which kind of makes me sad.
Well, yeah, I guess the moms.
Don't worry, they fracture more by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
It gets worse, don't worry.
Great news.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
Abby comes over to them and she's like, where the fuck are your children? And they're like, they're downstairs. Cameron's inside rehearsing her solo.
Chill.
Our kids are downstairs. And she's like, and Christy's like on her phone, like texting. And also like, low-key, Christy and Abby are you and me in this moment, because anytime you're on your phone, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you on your phone?
Yeah,
You're like,
how dare you?
Yeah, or like I do that with my sister all the time where she's like texting. I'm like, who are you texting? Put your fucking phone down. Spend time with me.
Hang on my every word.
Yeah. Well, yes. Exactly. And so anyway, Christy says, it's amazing. She says, I'm amazing. I can do 2 things at once. I can text and listen to you rant about stupid stuff.
Yeah, that was a fucking zinger.
Yeah, it was kind of a read, honestly.
Yeah, so much so that Abby's like, well, you should be helping straighten your kid's feet. And Christy's like, that's your job.
I know. It's like, this moment is so stupid. Like,
it's really dumb. Well, Abby is just
Girl.
looking for something to be mad about.
Right.
And Christy is 100% correct. She's like, that's literally your job.
Yeah.
That's what we like pay you for. And Abby looks a little shaken. She's like, I can handle it.
yeah.
She actually genuinely looked rattled that like Christy fucking got her.
Yeah. And it's
100%
true.
got
It's
her.
fucking true. And then Abby goes inside to the studio and she says to Cameron, you have to beat that kid.
You're
What?
skipping the best part of this interaction.
What happened?
Is that after Abby's like, I can handle it, she like turns and walks away. Christy then calls her a wicked old witch, and Abby does this goofy fucking like flutter away. She's
know.
like, yes, I am, and like kind of giggles about it. And I was like, I wish that was how they actually fought.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of goofy. They like ham it up for the camera, and like that's the end of it. Iggy, what the hell?
Iggy's burrowing. She wants you to tuck her in.
Iggy, you want to lay down?
No.
Hello?
She wants to burrow.
No. We're not getting
And then Christy's like, I know exactly what's going to happen. She's going to get back at me by boosting Cameron and making sure Cameron beats Chloe.
correct, and
like,
that's exactly what she did.
how this is going to happen.
This is not what's going to happen, though.
I think she might be looking for, like, something to gum on.
Yeah, she's got my ear. That's generally what
Fair
she
enough.
prefers.
We see Kendall solo rehearsal, and Abby and her talking head, take a drink, says that something has clicked in Kendall. I said talking head.
It's not every time. It's just once it happens once.
Oh,
but,
then don't do it if you don't want to.
I mean, you already said I should drink.
I'm already holding it, I guess. Just... Hey, so that sound was crazy. I hope the listeners are having as much fun as we are. Although I don't know how that would be possible.
There's no way they are. I will say that was more full than I thought it was, and so like
the slurp was nuts.
Okay, but it's because the liquid. I'm gonna say it. The liquid came into my mouth too quickly, and so like it started to go around the sides of my mouth. So I had to slurp it up to make sure.
Enough.
Something about Jason's
Enough,
mom.
please. Enough.
I crave the sweet release of death.
Yeah, same. Me as well. Okay. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Cameron. Okay, whatever.
No, well, you hold on. You said something that I wanted to disagree with, but I forget what it was.
If my MO on Instagram was still to post quotes, it would be that one for this episode. You said something I wanted to disagree with, but I forgot what it was. You're so fucked up for that.
Put that on my tombstone.
Put that on my tombstone. We see Kendall solo rehearsal. Abby in her talking head says that something has clicked with Kendall and that now she's better than she has ever been before. That's what I had said before we got distracted.
But I didn't want to disagree with that, actually, so I was just inclined to disagree with you, I guess.
Okay, Slay.
Yeah, that's me being a straight white man. Wait. Oh, that's one of them!
Mine is Eli is old. That's one of mine. So what am I just supposed to be constantly chugging? I'm confused. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking.
Yeah, well, something clearly has clicked with Kendall because
Agree.
a month ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever.
She really did start to step up, and Abby has stopped completely hounding her. It's like she has realized I can actually teach this child how I want to. I guess.
Sure. Whatever.
I don't know. I'll stop bullying her and actually start giving her good feedback.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't like it, but that has been well documented.
Are you supposed to take a drink?
About what?
I don't know.
Okay.
But you were reaching for it and then you said no.
Sounds good to me.
We see Chloe's solo rehearsal, and Abby and her talking head says something like she can soar. We're soaring, we're flying, whatever the fuck. Christy says it's really clear that Chloe has lost her passion for dance, which makes me very sad.
Yeah.
And Abby, to Chloe's face, says that she's been on a downhill slide.
Yeah.
Which is nuts to be hey kid, incrementally you've been ass for a long time.
And also,
that's so sad.
And also, earlier in this episode, I told you to work on your confidence.
Yeah, work on your confidence while I tell you how much you suck.
Yeah, and are getting worse.
And that
Not
you
that
you can't stop it because it's your momentum to being terrible.
Yeah. I wonder why her confidence is taking a hit.
I wonder why. And then she dismisses the soloist, and then Kendall, Christy, and Jill. What?
And Chloe.
No,
the
that
two
should
girls
say...
and their moms.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Christy
You're
tells...
confused by your nose. That has to be one.
Yeah, it is. It's actually, no, fuck you. It gets lost. I wasn't lost. I was confused.
No, you were lost in your notes.
I was not.
Yes, you
Christy tells Chloe that she has to... Okay. Christy tells Chloe that she has to want it. And she's like, I don't know, you need to have the passion for yourself. You need to want it more. And Chloe's not really, responding to her. And so Chris just goes, whatever. And she walks away. She does atone for this moment later, which I appreciate. In this moment, though, I was like, okay, that is kind of annoying. But
Yes,
whatever.
I agree. I was like, listen, as a not me not being a parent, telling
Yeah,
someone
not
how
a
to
parent,
be a parent,
whatever.
But
like,
it is
come on.
just like being a human person to another human person who like loves and trusts you.
Come
like
on.
you can't let your emotions get the better of you right there. When someone else is like down and like needs something from you,
Come
you
on.
you can't do that.
Yeah. And especially if they're a child.
Right.
Chloe in her talking, it says it's just a lot of pressure. She's like, with Cameron being here, with it being nationals, with the fact that I wasn't allowed to compete at nationals last time because of my mom, it's just a lot right now, and I'm just having a problem dealing with it. And then
Christy tells the other moms that Chloe's been beaten down so much that
she says
given up on
she
herself.
says you wonder why she doesn't have the fight in her anymore. It's because she's been smacked down MMA style
Constantly.
for like 2 years. Yeah.
Constantly.
We cut to a commercial.
And
then we come back, and we're at the competition, and we're with the candy apples. Kathy says that LA, she's like, what does she say? It's like the city of angels, but this week it's the city of apples. Candy apples. And since we're at the competition, there's like that line that Abby,
tunnel.
Yeah, that Abby walks down of all the children being like, oh my God, we're going to be on TV. Kathy gives all of the children in this line an apple.
This was a
The
great
budge on that. Wait, I think you have to take a drink because I abbreviated something on
Yes,
accident.
that's
actually.
correct.
The budget on this moment is crazy. You know how much it costs to give like 200 people a bunch of apples?
I mean, apples are what, like 40
Those
cents?
were the red delicious apples.
It's an apple. What could it cost? $10?
I love that show, dude. I fucking love that show. My sister, our pool key, is on a little tag that says, "What could it's a banana? What could it cost? $10?"
Amazing.
So fucking funny. As a side note, we have a couple of people in our office who are on the admin team who live downtown in a high rise. And one of them who nobody likes in our office was bitching and moaning about the like traffic or something from CMA week, and he was like, it was just really difficult to leave my house all weekend. And Rachel's boyfriend said, oh, from your downtown high-rise apartment, your life's really difficult. And everybody in the office, it was at our all staff meeting. Everyone in the
awesome.
office started laughing. And this man was like, okay, sorry, I'll shut up.
Like,
But
never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you should shut up. Anyway, so they all have these apples. And then when all of the kids who are normally cheering for Abby, when Abby rolls up in that black SUV, they're all holding them Hunger Games style.
I said the same thing. I said they're all holding them up like they're in the Hunger Games. That's a drink.
I'll take a drink for the high five.
You looked very hesitant to do that. I will drink with you.
Because my microphone was like in my armpit. And I was like, I'm going to knock this over and knock my drink over. Right here.
Hell yeah.
For the people who only listen to the audio, I flipped him off and he went to give me a high five. So they hold them up. It's like kind of weird. I don't know if Kathy thinks
crazy.
that they're really eating or what. But like, here's my thing.
Well, no, because the apples are in the air, so how would they be eating them?
I'm gonna have to take a drink in a second because one of mine is Amanda is exasperated at Eli's attempts at a joke.
Yay! That was a good joke.
I could just be chugging the whole episode for what it's worth. Eli is old and Amanda is tired. I could just be chugging. What was I gonna say?
Are you lost in your notes?
No, I'm lost in my brain.
Do you mean yes?
No, I mean, Kathy. Oh, if I were to watch this scene with no, like, dun 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 audio in the background, it would be lame as fuck. Like, if I were outside and they were just, and there's no, like, music in the background, kind of corny.
I thought it was very funny because Abby gets out usually
Funny,
to
yeah.
just
Not
fanfare
scary.
and cheering, and all the
And she's
kids
like,
are
"What
just
the hell's
stone-faced with their apples in the air. That's intimidating as hell.
But they're all children.
Right. But it's showing that,
I don't know. I thought it was kind of
Abby,
corny.
normally you have a bunch of screaming fans here. Not a one of them is on your side right now.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Christy goes to they're in the green room now, and Christy goes to apologize to Chloe
Thank God.
about like walking away, which is very nice. I'm glad that she had and I'm sure she apologized to her off camera. We're just seeing the apology on camera. I'm sure she apologized first.
Yeah.
Off camera. And Christy goes to apologize, and then Chloe cuts her off and apologizes first, which
Yeah.
is like,
So yeah, I have been
so sweet.
Yeah, that's like that is a sign clearly of such a healthy mother-daughter relationship.
to be like, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
I'm sorry I was being an asshole, and then I'm sorry I started a fight. It's
Yes.
like that joint apology is like very sweet and tendy.
Yeah,
And
Christy,
then take a drink. I said tendy, so tender.
Christy then like says, "Go dance for you." Like, don't
Yeah,
dance
Chloe-
for Abby.
Chloe
dance
tells
for
her
you.
mom, like, I just don't know how to be as good as I used to be. Like, I just don't have it in me anymore.
That-
and
no,
then
get out of your own head. You are
I
better
know.
than you used
and Christy,
to be.
yeah, Christy says
You have
exactly what you said.
You have another year of like training, of growing, of understanding like your physical form. Like, dude, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Go be awesome.
Jill says that Kendall heard Chandelier playing in the Candy Apple's green room.
Yeah.
And Jill in her talking head is like, if there's one thing you don't mess with, it's Maddie.
Yep.
And Abby's going to be fucking pissed that they're doing this because they're fucking on Maddie. And then Abby and Melissa storm into the Candy Apple's green room. Kathy says she paid $12,000
For the rights.
probably for the rights to play the song at the performance, at the competition.
That is so sad.
12 bands
I
to
wonder,
bully a child.
speaking of bands and bandolier.
Why did you have to say that? I have to take a drink because it says
'Cause
what
it
am I
was
doing?
good.
Eli makes a pun.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother is actually one of mine too. So I'll drink in a second. But I went to there was a band competition. This is probably 10 years ago at this point, where I think it was Mumford.
When you were in your like what 40s? I haven't made a joke like that. It's
We'll
so
have to. We
long.
both owe at least another drink now. But no, it was. I think it was Bob Jones High School who did a mashup of Bohemian Rhapsody.
We've talked about
and
this so many
Chandelier.
times.
Oh
Usually
my
when we're
God.
drunk.
I think about it
I know you
pretty
do,
often.
dear. I know
So
you
good.
do.
All right, let me take a big old swig.
Kathy says to Abby and Melissa that she heard that Sia can't stand her. And then Abby goes, when have you ever been in a position to hear what Sia is saying? Which, like, I guess Abby forgets the internet exists. Also, we know that today to be objectively not true. Maddie and Sia had a very weird, borderline pedophilic relationship for a long time. So, like, we know that's not true. Kathy's just being a dick.
Yeah, that's what Abby's saying. She's like, when
Kathy's just being an asshole.
Because that's
yeah.
a private conversation kind of thing. Like,
Right.
where the fuck would Sia have said that you would have
heard that, yeah. Kathy tells Abby to like back up as she's yelling at her because she's spitting, and Abby whips out one of my favorite Southern phrases ever. I wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire.
Yep.
Slay.
And then Kathy says, well, I'd walk over you if you were lying dead.
No.
What the fuck?
Obviously has no friends in the South because that's not a read.
You could have just stopped.
No friends in general.
Right.
That's not a read. A read is like from the South. Like she's got what is it? Her lips are big enough to suck the chrome off of 57 Chevys. That's a read. You know what I mean? Sweating like a hooker in church. Like those kind of like Southern aphorisms.
Yeah.
I would step over you if you were dead. Hey, that's just being an asshole. That's not even being funny.
It's too dark.
Yeah. It makes me think there was a time that we were going through my mom's. This was like last Christmas. We were going through my mom's diaries because my Nana found them and she was like, you have to read these. These are so hilarious. And my mom tried out for field commander in high school, and she didn't get it.
Aw.
My sister did, but my mom did not. And my mom, or she tried out for like whatever the middle school version of that is. She was like pretty young when it happened, like majorette or something. And she wrote in her diary, like, I didn't get it. So-and-so did. Mom says it's because she got it because she's stiff and has no personality. And then said, my mom said she's built like this. And then drew like a stick figure from the side, but it's still a stick. And we read that out loud and my Nana was like, and she was like, I can't believe I said that, but I probably stand by it. She was like, that girl was really annoying. So,
Hell yeah.
Anyway, you just have to have like something funny behind a read. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to be like, I wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. It's not the same thing as I would walk over you if you were dead.
I
It's
would
just not the
step
same.
over your corpse.
It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, though. Kathy's not... The Apple thing was funny,
Sure.
I think. That was
There's a
little
gimmick
clever.
there, kind of.
Right.
Sure.
That probably wasn't her idea. But she's not funny. She's
Right.
not like a smart, clever,
No.
quick person. She's just real dumb.
No. Yes. Abby in her talking head says that she might, like, have Maddie do a solo anyway, just to make sure that she wins.
Talking head.
And then, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh. And then
Check the tape.
Okay. Yeah, roll the film. Abby in her talking head Abby asks Maddie, shut up. Abby asks Maddie, what do you want to do? And Maddie goes, it's
like,
kind of
isn't that
up to you. And
yeah,
she goes,
isn't that your
no,
call?
it's not. And then she's like, do you want to do it? And Maddie goes, no. And Abby was like, don't you want to do the chandelier? Like, we can do their music too. We can shove it in their faces that you did the video. And she's like, no.
She's like, I'm good.
I don't want to do that. That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of surprised by, but also no, I wasn't because her mom wasn't around.
Yeah, her mom would have been very pro doing the dance, but Maddie's like, no, I love my friends. That was the conversation that was had earlier, that like this is finally like they get a chance. They get to compete without the specter of Maddie hovering over him.
Also, like we'll see this a little bit later, but this Maddie doing chandelier does get brought up again. And it's not that she seems embarrassed by it, it's that she seems embarrassed that everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I was in a music
like,
video.
yeah, right.
Shut up, leave me alone. So I'm not surprised because Abby doesn't ask her, do you want to do your solo cry? That's like the one she's really famous for, like in this show's context. She asks her, do you want to do the video choreography? And she's like, no, like, I'm good. I'm all tapped out on that. No.
Also, wouldn't Abby therefore have to like pay money to play?
She would have to pay 12 bands at that point.
I mean, honestly, Abby would do that.
She would
Maddie.
absolutely to spike Kathy. She'd pay $1 million.
Yeah, that's her perfect scenario. Pro Maddie, anti Kathy.
Yeah, it's her sweet spot.
She has that on a T-shirt somewhere in her closet.
I did think at this point again, I was convinced that Maddie was going to have a solo eventually.
I was too.
And at this point, I was like, well, Maddie says no in a voiceover. We don't see her say no. So we just hear it because the camera is showing Abby and we hear Maddie say no. So it's just a voiceover, so maybe she'll do it. Again, spoiler alert, she never does a solo. I was shocked.
I was also shocked. Also, Abby, in her talking head about this, when Maddie turns it down, says that Maddie needs to concentrate more on dancing and less on her friends. Insane.
Abby.
Insane.
Abby.
No, you don't need friends. You have dance.
Abby, if you focus on your friends a little bit more, you'd be a better person. For sure. Like,
Yeah. Well,
you
she gave
are
that
the
up years
demo
ago.
on what it looks like to care more about dance than your friends.
Yeah.
We
About
see
fame than your friends. About fame than your friends.
True. We see the girls like getting ready. Abby's like talking to the soloist and she's like, be better or you'll die or whatever. And then Jill asks again, is Maddie doing a solo? Check yes or no. And Abby's like, I don't know. And Holly says it's really sad that Melissa couldn't step in when it came down to it. Like, and that it came down to Maddie's decision.
Right,
She's like, it should have been that Melissa said, no, I stand by what I said. It's a good opportunity for the other children. No.
Yeah.
She didn't do it. She left it up to Maddie.
Right. And Maddie literally says in front of everyone, she's like, I wouldn't do that. I'd never do that.
Period.
Yeah. Good. Yes, Maddie, you're still a good human being. Your mother hasn't, and Abby haven't totally ruined you.
Right. I'm
taking
only
a
yawning
drink.
because I'm getting drunk. I'm not yawning because I'm tired.
That is yours. Second drink. No.
Third.
Third. All right. I'm proud of you.
I killed one off camera, so it's third. Can we see? Okay, it's time for performances. We see. Wait, why did you drink that? Did I say something or
Because
no?
I felt like it.
Oh, whatever.
Because it's tasty.
Ew. Okay.
For the viewers and listeners, we're having not a sponsor, but could be Malibu and Sprite, an elite combo. So good.
If they linked up to support us, that would be insane.
If either one or both of those companies,
Linked up.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Even with a 90-10 split, I'm making good money there.
No, 90-10. No, we decided on 100 forehead kiss.
What? Damn
you
it.
make nothing.
You have no
It's
record
me.
of that.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Thank you for the reminder, King. You're right.
Deleting all this footage immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's time for performances. We see Kendall solo first, and is Maddie really not doing a solo? In a million question marks.
Yeah.
She does fine, but my question is, didn't we just establish? Oh, you know what? I'm a fucking liar. Actually, confirmed. I have in my notes. Didn't we just establish that jazz usually doesn't do very well? I'm thinking of musical theater.
Right.
So JK. She does well, whatever. Jill says that she was amazing and that every time she performs, it's better than the last time, which is the point. So
Yes.
very slay for Kendall. Chloe goes next. Abby reminds us of last year and this is her moment to not ruin her life. And I personally love her costume. I'm a big fan of a one something. What?
Well, you said a big fan, so I
had
looked
to
at the
take a
ceiling.
Because one of mine is Amanda is exasperated at Eli's attempt at making jokes.
I got it. So loud.
Just for you, brother.
That's how we should have done it like that the whole time, just like obnoxiously, just so the listener
A terrible
is
audio
sure that
experience.
we're actually drinking.
I think the listener will be sure that we're actually drinking by the time it's over. They'll be like, "What the fuck is Amanda even saying?" And I'll be like, "I don't know." I love her costume. I have said this to Rachel when we've been watching Drag Race. Sometimes a girl
Drag Race reference.
Yay! Yes! Happy Pride, everybody. There are times when like the neckline of a dress will cut in between a girl's boobs. So you have one boob in the dress and one that's like in a bra.
Just
and
out.
it's like or sometimes actually, yeah, out in a pasty on the nip.
Oh.
Something like that. Chloe's costume is one full sleeve and then one no sleeve.
I
love
like
that.
the asymmetry.
Yes. Yep. Oh fuck! One of mine's freaks out in the song. I'm gonna be taking micro sips for you hoes. Christy says that Chloe's great and that she should be proud of how well she has done given how awful Abby is.
I would agree.
Liza's hiding under the blinds.
Eliza sighting. That's one not on mine, but that is.
It's
one
on the third
other
one, yeah.
A rare Liza sighting.
Hi, little.
Wow.
You can't see her, but she is climbing the window in my house.
She's going to keep an eye on the parking
She's
lot.
like, they cannot
Dude,
see me.
One time I went over and like touched her little paw.
Terrible idea.
While she was there, she hissed at me.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah. She's on the
someone-
clock. She's doing neighborhood watch.
But also, if someone like unexpectedly came up and just like touched my
I'd
foot,
hiss at them.
Oh
For
my
sure.
god,
For sure.
I'd pee myself.
Oh God.
Dude, if I'm staying, I had this thought the other day that which is a rare occurrence for me. But I was staying next to my bed. I just gotten out of the shower, so I'm butt ass naked, and I'm just staying next.
No.
And I'm staying next to my bed, and I had the thought like, what if someone just reached from under the bed and grabbed me by the ankle right now? What sound would come out of my body? Like what? The shriek. And then I'm scared and naked. Like, do I run out of the room?
You're naked and afraid.
Do I leave Otis? Do I attack? Do I attack the person or thing that's grabbing me? I have no idea what my course of action would be.
It must be so freeing to live in your brain. Because my brain is like, up until recently, consumed with my mental illness and my disorder and all the things I think about all the time. And yours is like, how would I giggle or how would I scream a little bit if I'm buck ass naked and I'm standing here and someone reaches out? Mine is like total. It's like just like totally different.
Yes.
It's like so whatever. Hang on, I have to restart the camera. Hang on. Okay, so Kendall goes, and then no, not Abby. Cameron goes next. Hate her costume. I think it looks terrible.
No, Kendall, then Chloe, then Cameron. Yas, queen.
What? Wait, did I totally?
We talked about
Kendall, I thought.
we talked about Kendall and Chloe.
Yeah, so Cameron's next.
We're talking about Cameron now.
That's what I. Yeah, that's
That's
how.
not what you said. You said Kendall goes and then Cameron goes.
Oh, sorry. I meant
Stop silencing Chloe.
Kendall, Chloe, then Cameron. Sorry. Cameron goes next.
It's a lot of cuh.
I hate the costume. I still stand by that.
Yeah, the fucking thing she has on her
The
head.
music also, the fascinator. The music also, ass. It's like so stupid.
Is that really called a fascinator?
Mm-hmm. That's what those things are
That's
called.
actually, never mind.
Your nickname in college? Awesome.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if being called a fascinator would be a good thing, but okay. You can be fascinated by how bad something is too, but whatever.
No, my penis is called the fascinator.
Oh, okay, sure. Cameron takes a really nasty tumble. She's like jazz running back to the back of the stage, but she's running
she does like
backwards,
a flip. She does like a flip.
but she flips out of it, and she's fine.
Well, she does like it looked like a cartwheel
but
thing
that wasn't
backwards.
what she was supposed to do.
And then ran and fell.
Yes, and then she flips out of the fall and keeps going.
Like a backwards somersault, and was still perfectly in time and everything, and that was great.
Yeah, and Abby and her talking, it says that Cameron played it off like a pro and that everything's like totally cool. But then we get a heavy dose of double standard. In the green room, Abby asks Cameron, like, what the hell happened, girl? And Abby, like, hugs Cameron.
Yeah, she pulls
She's
her
like
in
gassing
for a
her up.
hug.
She's like, it's okay. Like, you played it off. You're such a professional. You did so good, whatever. Holly is like, if that were any other child, Abby would have killed them on sight. She would have shot them. A laser would have appeared, shot on sight.
That's
What?
a thing, is you exaggerating Speaking hyperbole, yeah.
I stand by it. It's true. Holly is livid, and I believe that. I agree with her.
We always stand with Dr. Ollie.
So true. And then there's a Candy Apple's mom. So the ALDC's in the green room. There's a Candy Apple's mom.
Hold on. Let's back up for just a second. Sorry. As Abby is comforting Cameron, she says, use these tears in your lyrical routines.
No.
Fucking
no,
insane.
no,
What?
No. I would like to submit to the court. Listen.
The hell was that?
Oh, Liza is biting a piece of cardboard. Listen. I have a degree in musical theater performance. I have a BFA in musical theater.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's not a flex. Also, there were people who were singing Les Mis songs at the protest today, and I said to my group, leave it up to the theater kids to figure out how to center themselves in someone else's pain. Anyway, I am so anti-method acting, it's insane. I am so anti your human experience as your acting career. You will not find a more not that person than me. You do not, under any circumstance, have to have gone through the same experience as your character to play that character well. If you are a good actor, not a problem. You do if you're a bad actor, if you're a bad dancer, if you're a bad performer. But if you're good at that shit, you can just exercise, empathy or sympathy and be totally fine. You don't need to channel bullshit unless it is like your actual lived experience. You need to force yourself to take your emotions, bottle them up, shake it like a glow stick, and then roll it out on the stage. You don't have to do any of that shit.
What about shaking it like a
Polaroid?
picture?
You can if you want to. I don't know if
I can?
No, not you! Okay, I'll let you have this one for free. Because it's the season finale. And guess what? It's the series finale. This is the last episode. I'm just kidding. If Eli and I didn't record this podcast, we wouldn't be friends.
That's not true. That's
so not true. Okay, anyway, fuck that way of thinking. That's bullshit. That's encouraging trauma and awful experiences. Fuck you, that's annoying. Okay. There's a Candy Apple's mom who just, apparates outside of
She apple rates.
I hate this.
I was listening to our episode last week, and I texted you probably 10 minutes in. It was I'm 10 minutes in, and I've missed so many puns. As I'm listening back to, I'm should have made a pun there. Should have made a pun there.
I wish I could block you.
So just know
from listening.
You're not even getting anywhere close to my full power. I'm really taking it
and
easy
for that
on
we
y'all.
give thanks.
Yeah,
because that would be insane. Okay, the Candy Apple's mom appears outside the green room. She just starts playing Chandelier on her phone.
Fucking hilarious.
Doing nothing, saying
just
nothing.
So goofy.
Just
staying there. Phone speaker towards them.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And she's doing it to piss off Abby. She's doing it to piss off Maddie. She's doing it to remind them that that's their group song because they've already figured it out, whatever. In the middle, this is the most puss I've ever seen served on this show ever.
Careful.
This is tea. I'll take a drink. I don't care. This is tea, bitch. As the mom is playing this song, Maddie, the absolute fucking legend that she is, starts dancing the music video choreography to the mom.
And she does it with an annoyed look on her face.
And when the mom walks away, she stops and rolls her eyes.
Yes.
It is it's so important to me. It's so fucking cool.
This was awesome.
And she's fine. And then she starts going and she's is that what you wanted to see? Fuck off. That's so annoying.
Yeah, dance, monkey dance. Also, I missed you talking about your theater degree or theater experience is one for me, so I have to drink.
I stand by it. Drink that shit,
You
ho.
sit by it.
I what?
You sit by it because you're sitting.
Okay, thank you.
I wonder how many people have never actually watched any of this podcast.
You should. I think the visual experience of me bullying Eli is pretty cool.
And you get to see me twerk on almost a weekly basis.
No, you get to see him twerk once because every week I cut that shit out.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Amanda, we got to give the people what they want.
I don't know if anybody wants that.
Every single viewer watches this for me twerking.
But I am in the room
there just
with
happens
you,
to be
and
some,
I don't want that.
There just happens to be some
I'm in the
content
room
around
where
it.
it happens. Take another drink. That's a musical theater reference.
That's me in the corner.
When it's every time someone breaks up with a song. My coaster! My lemon wedge coaster.
Iggy. Oh my god.
Okay.
No. Can you lay down?
Anyway.
Can you lay down?
Maddie rolls her eyes as the mom walks out of the room. It's incredible.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Abby is all right, here we go. Line up, children. And she starts yelling at them. And she says if the new kids don't beat the original kids, then they're just going to be cut. And then we go to a commercial. We come back. The Candy Apples perform first. Their costumes, felonious.
Kathy
Lock them up. Their costumes look like shit from a butt. They look terrible.
I wonder if that's on the other bingo card.
Terrible.
Kathy in her talking head says, I've done everything possible to get into Abby's head.
Girl.
And I, in my notes, said, so imagine how embarrassing it will be when you lose.
If you've pulled out all the stops and in
And
the end
still
it doesn't
lose.
fucking matter, embarrassing.
And I said, although she basically has no pride left anyway. Like, after all
Right.
this time of getting your shit kicked in by the ALDC every fucking week of every fucking year. Like, why even still
the
try?
delusion, I'm not gonna lie, is kind of aspirational.
Well, it's one of those things where it's just like, we got nothing else to lose.
Might
It's
as
like,
well.
It's like when the Titans play the Chiefs.
Oh, don't invoke
It's
me.
like they're not gonna they know they're supposed to lose this game by like double digits. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball.
See
You know
what
I mean?
happens.
Yeah. They perform, it's fine. Kathy says that Abby can die mad and that the group was like cutting edge.
I
which is
thought
something
it was
that
pretty
Abby's not used
good.
to. I hated the costumes. I
I didn't like the costumes. I liked the choreo.
I thought
though.
it was fine.
The-
I'm not a big fan of groups where like 3 people are doing one thing and someone's doing something else. I don't know.
Oh, have you ever watched the Blue Devils do drum corps?
Yeah, but I
It's
feel
a
like
lot of that.
I feel like it's different when there's more people. When
Sure.
there's only like 5 people, it feels like there's one person who doesn't know what's going on. But if
Yeah.
there's like a 300-person team, then it's like, okay, this is obviously a coordinated effort.
I really did. Well, it's only about 150, but you're right. The thing
Wow,
with
that was so
this
annoying.
the thing with this
150,
is that like I actively thought like they looked like the Blue Devils because like I don't immediately love this, but like I
Sure.
understand that there are 2 separate thoughts and then they reconvene and then they split and then they
Sure.
reconvene. So like I
Sure, but when
get
there's
it.
only 5 kids, it's like, okay.
It is harder to get that message across. Yeah, I'm sure the judges know what's up, but you're right. As just like the
Whatever.
casual viewers we are, not so much.
The new ALDC team is next. They do well, which Holly says is really unfortunate for the original team.
Yeah.
And then the original team goes, and Nia is the one who physically abducts Mackenzie in this Amber Alert number.
course.
Hate that. And then also Mackenzie dies at the end? Question mark.
Yeah,
and
and-
Maddie finds her corpse.
Yeah,
like,
Maddie finds her
hey,
dead
that's
and like
nuts.
cries.
and Melissa goes, "Oh, I
I
just got goosebumps."
Shut the
Melissa-
fuck up, Melissa.
Melissa, shut up. Maybe.
Yeah, she turns to Abby like, "Oh my, she's such a fucking pick me."
I know. That's exactly what she is. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ, look at this dog. Look, if you're not watching this episode,
If you're not
this is a great
watching-
one to watch.
The video footage of the Pyramid Podcast, you're only getting half the story.
This dog, man. I've said it before. I would ride into battle for this dog.
Oh, the Wiglet.
She's hugging my arm.
She's so sweet. I love her. When Rachel's like, do you mind taking her out one more time and going to bed? I'm like, absolutely not.
Why
like,
would I mind that?
Why would I mind that? Are you kidding? She's so sweet. I love her. The awards are next after the original group goes, and the moms look sick. Like, they look unwell because they're
Yes,
so
they
nervous.
look really worried.
We cut to a commercial.
Commercial.
And we come back, and the solo awards are first. We start with 10th place.
I'm worried.
Hey, that's a bad sign.
I'm worried.
Hey, that's a terrible sign. Kendall gets 9th.
Oof.
Bad. And
Oof.
Jill says that she looked great. She deserves better. Whatever.
Granted, it is at nationals. There are a lot more kids here. These are probably a higher
Absolutely.
caliber of
In
kids.
any other context, 9th out of like 200 was probably awesome.
Yeah.
But because it's Abby, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But in any other like emotional context, it would be totally different.
But that's not a number that we hear from the ALDC.
No, like ever, yeah. And then it's 5th and 6th. They were
Are
tied.
tied.
The only thing that separated them from one another was the technique score.
Yep.
And it separated them by however much of a point. Fifth place goes to 6th place goes to Cameron. 5th place goes to Chloe.
Maddie
Maddie
God.
didn't do a solo.
would have won.
Maddie would have
I'm
won.
pretty.
I'm shocked that Maddie. I like after the second soloist went, I was like, okay, or the third one. Here comes Abby to throw out Maddie. Until we finished the awards, I didn't believe Maddie wasn't doing a solo.
Yeah,
I was
right.
ready for some what one of my bosses calls fuckery.
Yes.
To be going down, but it doesn't. And then we get to the group awards. We start at 5th place. Yikes. 5th place is the Candy Apples.
Yuck.
The guest choreographer, what's his name, from So You Think You Can Dance or whatever, he starts to cry, which kind of made me sad.
I thought their dance was good, too. I know you and I have different opinions, but I really thought it was pretty good.
The new ALDC group gets 2nd, and the original ALDC company gets 1st. Let's fucking absolutely get it, dude.
Abby in her talking head says that's our 4th consecutive national championship.
And guess what? The bitches are mad. You bitches are, in fact,
I feel the
mad.
need to drink for that.
You bitches are mad. Abby in her talking head says that she's mad that not one of the solos was in the top of the top, but like whatever. Jill says the same thing. She's like, we did really well, but it's not going to be enough for Abby, so who cares? Correct. And then Abby's like yelling at Jill, the Candy Apples. What? Oh, in the hallway.
Yes.
Abby's like, fuck you, Jill, you suck. And then the Candy Apples are like, say what? And they're like leering in the hallway.
Yeah, Abby's like mad that, she's mad that Kendall cried. And then Jill's like, well then, or somebody says. Christy's like, then why did you comfort Cameron?
Yeah, she's like, when Cameron was crying, you validated her. But
And
now that it's someone else, now that it's Kendall, you're like mad? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Abby says, you're just jealous.
Christy, in this last little bit, she is on the hunt. She will not rest until she beats the living fuck out of Abby. And sorry, I kind of support it.
Yeah.
Christy makes a bunch of fatphobic comments, so I'm not going to say them, but she does say, these kids made you a household name. They put you on the map. Not too much on them.
We don't have to say the exact thing, but Christy makes the pretty good point that Chloe has more class in her little finger at 13 than you do in your whole body at 45.
Real. 45, also embarrassing.
Hang on there.
To be acting like that at 45. I think you do 45 really well. I'm saying that
I did.
For Abby. Right?
I did 28 years ago.
Abby. That would make you what? Like 73? That's awesome. Yeah, so then, I don't know why I'm holding on to this layup, but I was just, like, holding. Chloe comes into the green room, and she's, like, crying because she heard Abby talking shit. Stop it.
I'm fucking with her. I'm just messing with
her. Let her live in peace. No. Chrissy's over it. She and Chloe leave. Abby then dismisses the new team. She's like, you guys suck. Goodbye. I never want to see your fugly little faces again.
I wasn't even doing it that time.
And the new moms are like, hey, that's annoying, but whatever. Abby, don't look at me like that, bitch. I don't know. Talk to your man. Argue with your mom. I don't know. Abby talks to the original team about, I want you guys to be in LA with me. You need to figure out what you want. And she says, like, I only want the girls that want to be there. Christy and Chloe are like outside, like external outside.
Yeah.
And Chloe's like, I do want to dance. I don't think I can dance with Abby anymore.
Yeah.
And
shit.
And Chloe, her talking head, is sobbing. And she says, I just used to really like when we were all friends and we were all there for each other. And it's not that way anymore.
Yeah.
And we see them walking away. And we know now, 15 years later. Yeah. They come back later in the season. But this is their,
That's them leaving?
Yeah.
Fuck,
This is their canon, they leave.
Good for them.
Yeah, honestly, slay. Honestly,
Jesus.
period. Okay, listener email time. That's the end of the episode. Listener email time. This one is from Ellie, and she says, in all caps, read after watching season 4 finale. So here we go.
Nice.
Dear Amanda, the hostess with the mostest,
Oh,
and
boy.
Eli, a cishet white man making a queer woman say hello to him first. Typical. Sad emoji. This girl being queer.
No, read that again. Eli, I make people say hello to me first.
A queer woman say hello to him first. Typical. That this woman on this email has to say hi to you first.
Oh, God damn it.
Typical. Typical.
I was like, when did I do that?
This is also the sleeper, or this is the originator of the patriarchy sleeper.
Right, I remember she's written in before. They've written in? She's written in?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, this is the full tea as far as I know about the Lucasiac's departure at the end of season 4. Christy
Okay.
Chloe. This is nuts. I'm being very real.
Oh, God.
You may have noticed that Chloe's eyes look a little different / lopsided throughout this season. Maybe you haven't. It's more obvious when you know it's there. But the point is, one eye is noticeably smaller than the other. And this is the core issue behind their departure. Christy and Chloe notice this issue with her eye at some point in season 4. It wasn't affecting her vision or anything, but it was still enough of a red flag that they sought medical advice. It turns out that the condition that Chloe has is called silent sinus syndrome. Basically, it means that there isn't anything behind or under one of her eyes, naturally keeping it in place, so it slowly recedes into her head. It doesn't impact her vision, but it can have consequences if it's left alone, so it needs medical intervention.
Bruh.
Eventually, Chloe gets surgery after leaving the show to put her eye in place. And it's all, it's like resolved after that surgery.
Iggy has the opposite of that. Her eyes are about to fall out of her head.
True. However, all throughout the second half of season 4, they didn't know what was causing that problem. They were undergoing extensive testing to try to figure it out. And there are points where they thought that Chloe might have brain cancer or like a tumor. So on top of the miscarriage, which was brand new info when Chrissy said it a few weeks ago on her podcast, you can see why she's a little bit of a bitch towards the end. Chloe's foot injury for her recital, not real.
What?
That's why she made like this miracle recovery for nationals. She was really going to the doctor to get MRIs on her eye. And the reason that they faked the injury is because Abby refused to let Chloe participate because she stopped dancing at the ALDC except for what was needed for the show. That's why Christy is so bitter when Cameron was allowed to participate, because I thought only members could dance, which is because, that's the explanation for why Chloe was kicked off. And she didn't want someone who wasn't a member at the studio either.
Bro.
Cut to nationals. Abby is pissed that Chloe is her best soloist despite actively trying to sabotage her.
She said it out loud. She's like, I'm pissed that Chloe won.
Right. What we hear, Abby's comment to Christy about Chloe being washed up is not real. That's clipped from another episode. That's why we only hear it in a voiceover. What Abby really in that moment said to Christy was that Chloe needed to get that eye fixed, which is why she was so mad.
I was going to say the washed up thing would not have triggered Christy.
Mm-hmm. Abby knew about Chloe's health issues, and she said it anyway. And that's why Christy loses her shit.
And she weaponized a child's medical condition.
That's why Christy loses her shit, and that's why Chloe was so devastated. Chloe's not mad that she heard her say she's washed up. She's mad that she's making fun of her disability.
I don't know how Christy didn't fucking kill her right then.
You're going to hate this next part.
I don't know how... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hold on to something that's bolted into the floor. After all of this was over, the only person out of the whole cast who checked on Christy and Chloe...
Don't say it's Melissa.
...was Kathy MFing Nesbitt Stein. None of the other girls or moms from the ALDC checked to see if they were okay. Nia eventually checks in with Chloe weeks later, but she was the only one. The first one was Kathy. Spoiler alert, Mr. Farmer, Kathy might be a good person. She's just kind of a supervillain. She's the Dr. Doofenshmirtz of this show. I stand by it. At the start of season 5, the girls will have a very clearly staged convo about Chloe ghosting them, but what really happened was that there were a couple of messages in a group chat about starting filming for season 5, and Chloe didn't respond to them, and one group call that she ignored because she knew that she'd be on camera, and that's it. There's a brief...
Hold on.
Well, yes.
Even Dr. Holly didn't reach out.
Allegedly. For what we know, for what's being admitted on the internet.
Oh, shit. I mean, of course Nia did. Of course she did.
Of course she did.
I wonder if it's one of those things where they're like, or at least Dr. Holly. That's really the one person I'm concerned about. The others can eat my ass for all I care.
Right.
But Dr. Holly, I wonder if she was like, they need space. They've had so much contact.
And it might be better coming from my child to child instead of person on TV, adult to adult on TV.
Maybe, yeah.
Check on Chloe, make sure she's good. I'll get around to Christy, whatever I feel like it's appropriate. Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking hell, man.
There's a brief consideration of Chloe being in season 5 at a different studio, but they couldn't make it work. And she did a web series with her new studio and dabbled in acting for a while. And then a year after, Chloe and Maddie were both nominated for Choice Dancer at the Teen's Choice Awards, and Chloe got so many votes that they televised it when it wasn't supposed to be a televised category.
Goddamn right.
And she gave a great speech with Abby in the audience. Sorry for rambling, but I hope I didn't forget anything. My song of the week is There It Goes by Maisie Peters. It's about moving on and being in a better place after a breakup. Low-key very fitting for a Chloe post-dance moms.
Yeah.
Happy Pride Month, bitches. Affectionate. Love, Ellie.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. That's a good email. Don't apologize for rambling. That was a very succinct and concise email.
Yeah,
That was-
absolutely.
It was packed with information, start to finish. Thank you, Ellie.
Okay. I hate this email. I mean, it's a good email, but like the content just makes me so sad.
Jesus.
Hey Divas, this is from Jenna. Hey Divas, as usual, I have
What's up, Jenna?
a decently long email with some notes. There are some spoilers, but I warn you when they appear. Also, this info is either directly from producer Field Notes or the Back to the Bar podcast. So, okay, regarding Maddie's solo at Nationals, number one is that this Nationals, I'm pretty sure was in New York. I think it was in LA. If not some other big city. Abby knew they were going to be hella good dancers. On the show, it was said...
this one specifically?
Yeah, this was
They
in
said
LA.
it was LA.
It was LA, yeah. On the show, it was said that Maddie was quote-unquote working that week, like the Jimmy Kimmel stuff. So she didn't have time to do a solo. That's bullshit. Maddie was probably working one day out of like 4 that they had to do
Right.
solos. And she already had solo choreographed for Nationals. She literally had a solo done and ready, but Abby would not enter her to compete until she saw who else would be at the competition because she didn't want to risk Maddie losing. She knew who's going to be there. And Christy quite literally would ask Melissa, hey, is Maddie doing a solo or not? Because she's in there rehearsing. And Melissa would be like, well, we won't know until we get to the competition. Also, there's a brief scene where Abby mentions to Maddie...
Abby's such a coward, dude.
I know, dude, it's crazy. Also, there's a brief scene where Abby mentions to Maddie the idea of her doing the chandelier dance of the Candy Apples doing their own version. However, in real time, Abby went on a crazy rampage trying to find Maddie a Sia wig and a nude leotard like the video to force her on stage to do the Sia dance. Crazy.
That is crazy. That's also not a winning number, by the way.
No, not at all. This is, what is this? This is a spoiler for Nationals episode, and for the first episode of season 5, I'll do the Nationals part first. Okay. Great. And I'll stop at the spoiler. It's very widely acknowledged and known among the Dance Moms fandom that in Abby and Christy's fight in the National episode, Abby does not, in fact, say your kid is washed up, but that you should get that eye fixed, which is making fun of Chloe's medical condition. Which
that is just so fucking evil.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my god.
And then she says, hope you guys are having a great week and a good start of your summer.
Well, I was until this episode.
Thank you so much. And I think...
Yes, thank you, Jenna.
I think the rest of these emails are like very similar content.
Can we at least shout out the people that sent them?
Yes, absolutely. Ellie, Jenna, Tony, and Kay.
Of course, fucking Tony.
Tony, we stand.
Oh God.
Hey,
hang on, I have to say, King of the Coke employees, drink, because there was a Coke mention, and I'm now out of my drink.
Okay. Let's see. KK writes in and says, hello, Amanda, you beautiful, perfect human being.
Oh, God.
And I guess hello to that imbecile you continuously give a platform to. Your native Pittsburgh listener, Izzy. She just wrote in her,
Nice.
She just wrote in her pyramid. My bottom of the pyramid is multiple friends' birthdays back to back. You feel the struggle.
I love that. We just knock it all out at once.
She says, these past weeks I've had so many gifts and parties, I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Oh, yeah. We don't get each other gifts.
Yeah,
we just hang
feel like
out.
once you get to a certain point in adulthood, you stop with
No,
the
we
gifts.
never have.
Oh, really? I've stopped giving...
We've always been quality time people.
Because I did give Patrick and Leah a gift for Patrick's birthday because it was Patrick's birthday and also Leah, happy Patrick's birthday.
Yes.
So they both got gifts. But I don't do that like... I don't actually... Wait. I gave you a gift for your birthday. I also give you a gift for Christmas.
Yeah.
Even though you don't celebrate it. So...
No. I appreciate it. It's very kind
Never
of you.
mind. I guess
gift giving is the very basement of my love languages. I don't.
You actually hate giving or getting gifts. I mean,
I don't hate getting gifts. It is not how I express love to people. And so, like, if I'm given a gift, I sometimes feel like, oh, well, now I need to get them something of equivalent value or sentiment or whatever. And it's just like that's not how I express love, so I don't know, like, the right balance of how to do it and what's, like, appropriate and yada, yada. That's all it is.
That's fair. You have no idea how many clips of this show start with me going to see if I could see the red dot in the corner of the
You've seen those, like, clips where it's like, we let our social media intern make this.
Oh, they're all...
And it's just, like, people breathing or it's stuff like that. You could do one with just all me clapping over my head. You could do one with you doing that.
Yes.
You do all the shots of me twerking.
Yes.
And you screaming at me.
Yes. Very true.
That would be a good montage.
I don't have any of those clips anymore. I am gonna start
You like
collecting
upload
them.
and then delete them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I am gonna. I don't have any hard drives, but I am gonna start keeping them. I'm probably gonna put a montage out. That's what your next, your 36th birthday edit is just you shaking ass.
Hey, if
It's
someone
not sweet anymore.
if some super fan out there wants to go through like all the Spotify video and like clip out the video of like if there's something that happens frequently that would make like for a good montage, like me twerking, for example,
Me yelling.
or me twerking.
No, good.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Good. Okay.
No, that's what I said.
Okay.
Clip them out and just like send them to Amanda and like I don't know if there's like a Dropbox link or whatever, but like
You can email them to me.
yeah, we're not. Well, you'd have to email a Dropbox link because like those video
Email a
files
Google
would take
Drive
up a lot of
link.
space. Yeah. So anyway, that would be awesome. We're not telling anyone to do that, but if you've got some free time and you're like, I know for a fact that there's twerking, for example, in these episodes, I'm gonna
Wait.
go clip these out.
Wait,
whatever else.
wait.
do you
Hang
mean,
on,
wait?
wait. Oh, I don't have this.
Should I twerk while we're waiting?
No.
mean
I
yes?
took down the the podcast. Enough. You literal loser. Sit down. I took the podcast Instagram off my phone because I deleted Instagram off my phone for a week because I was feeling weird. Okay, shut up. Anyway, somebody DM. Wait, I think maybe I'm dreaming this. No, there's no way. There's no way this happened in real
I
life.
can check because I have it.
Somebody DM'd us on Instagram and said that they wrote fanfic about us.
What?
I'm really excited,
Hang on,
but I don't think it's spicy. I think they said it's fanfic of us being in an episode
Yes.
of Dance Moms. So very slay.
Yeah,
It's
well,
true.
you said this is the best message I, Amanda, have ever received. I, Amanda, need this like I need air.
Yeah, true.
So that might be heading our way.
I hope so. Let's see. The middle of my pyramid. This is still KK's email. Middle of my pyramid is spring. I love the nice weather, but I hate how much it rains and the bugs are fucking annoying. She didn't say that. The bugs begin to reappear. And the top of my pyramid is when you're gonna love this. When your friends' children learn your name.
Yeah.
I still ask every time when I see them, but it's so adorable, especially when they can't say it correctly. Song of the week is Run for the Hills by Tate McRae. I know that's fucking right, bitch. I'm going to go see her in September. And let me tell you something for free right the fuck now. She did a collab with He Who Will Not Be Mentioned, a.k.a. Morgan Wallen. Fuck that man. He is a terrible piece of shit, racist-ass man. They did a collab together, and if she brings that man out at the Nashville concert, me and Austin have already decided we're leaving early.
Just boo.
If she's like, ladies and gentlemen, Morgan, out. I don't want to hear or see that fuck-ass, racist-ass piece of shit. I don't want to see it.
You should have like a little, like a mini version
Fuck
of a
Morgan
chair
Wallen, dude.
and throw it
Yeah,
out.
and throw it. That bar where he did that, they serve a cocktail that's called something, and they put a little plastic chair on the side.
Any
kind
way
of
you can,
iconic, I'm
yeah,
not gonna
capitalism. Any way you can monetize something.
Kind of iconic. I think it was a limited run. Anyway, Run for the Hills by Tate McRae. It played on Love Island, and it reminded me that I'm seeing her in concert soon. I'm so excited. Me as well. This whole season finale is so crazy. So much happened in such little time. And what's really crazy, what's so crazy, it's just how the Pittsburgh moms are. I did cheer all of my life, and Teams and Jim's parents were so wild. I don't want to spoil anything, but something SZN season. I don't know what that is. Season is when a lot of people check out because the show becomes different in a sense. I really hope you guys stick it out. Whatever.
Hey, we're in it for the long haul,
Stick
dog.
it out. I don't know if I'm in it for the long haul. I don't know how much longer you and I can be friends.
This will.
I think our friendship taps. I think our friendship has a 10-year expiry date. We're almost on year 8.
Yeah, it means we got 2 more seasons of Dance Moms.
Yeah, whatever. Really hope you guys stick it out whenever it seems rough and tough. What? Okay, I'm not like losing my mind. This doesn't make any sense. I'm going to read the words that are on the screen. I really hope you guys stick it out when it seems rough. Oh, that does make sense. And a bit much, which is will, I think is what's throwing me off. I think it's which it will. Like it will seem rough.
I see.
Okay. Oh, she also replied and she sent another email that said, just realized I butchered the last paragraph of my email. It should say, the whole season finale is so crazy. So much happened in such little time. What is so crazy is just how the Pittsburgh moms are. I did cheer all my life, blah, blah, blah. Season 5 is when a lot of people check out because the show becomes different in a sense. I really hope you guys stick it out whenever it seems rough and a bit much, which it will.
Yeah,
There we
great.
go.
Wait, you're saying that it hasn't been rough and a bit much now?
I know, it's nuts. And then King Tony wrote an email that was essentially the same as Jenna's and Ellie's about the condition that Chloe had in her eye and like how awful it is. His pyramid of life, the bottom of the pyramid is my current work schedule because I work Thursday through Monday, and I would just like a traditional Saturday, Sunday weekend.
Yeah, having Tuesday and Wednesday off is fucking weird.
Middle of the pyramid, getting back to the gym. Insert
Yes.
Eli's thoughts here.
Let's fucking go, Tony.
There you go. Because it's been so long since I've actually been in a gym, but I know Eli's going to be happy about it since I am a gym bro again, but I'll get better physically for myself.
You bet your bottom dollar I'm proud of you, Tony. Let's fucking go,
I have to
dude.
take a drink every time you bet your bottom dollar.
My bestie of the pod, Patrick, that's actually another drink. Bestie of the pod is one.
It is, for me.
It's for everyone, but I don't have any liquid in my glass. I'll take more in a second. But bestie of the pod, Patrick, is doing like a 3-day split because like his schedule is not super open or whatever. But like doing those 3 days, he does like 3 full body days. He actually sent me a video of him squatting a shitload of weight earlier today. Patrick is so fucking strong. Like,
Can I say something? Can I be honest?
he's
Make
caked
fun of me
up
for
for
saying
real.
it. I love Patrick and Leah. Like, in a way that might be, like, deserving of medical review.
Girl, you have no idea.
I don't. I love them for me. I don't have any idea of any other, like, dynamics.
Sure.
But for me, I love the both of them so much. They're, like,
Yeah.
the fucking best. I, like, can't stand how much I, like, wish
yeah.
they still lived here.
Yeah, Patrick's been working out for like I don't know a month now.
Period, Patrick.
He is strong like bull. He squatted like 335. For
Holy fuck, that's a lot.
5 reps.
Jesus Christ.
5 reps.
Was it good form or no?
It was pretty good. He could have gone a little lower.
Hell yeah, Pat.
We talked about it.
That's awesome. I love them. I love them so much. Okay, middle of the pyramid. Oh yeah, getting back into the gym. I'll be better physically for myself. Top of the pyramid is
Why is that only middle of the gym?
I don't know.
Tony.
Because it's probably because it's a lot of work, and not everybody loves work like that.
Dude, do it for 2 weeks and you'll love it.
You'll be fine.
Isn't that how long it took you? You're like, okay, actually, I kind of love it. And you did that.
What a good impression of me. Unfortunately,
Nailed it.
yes, it only took me 2 weeks. Let's see. Top of the pyramid is the bestie of the pod, because Ed, because he is like my brother. He's got his heart on his sleeve, and I love this guy with all my heart. And he's basically my family. I've known him for a good amount of time. And the song of the week is Ponder Replay by Rihanna. I know that's fucking right.
Sure.
Because it's such a dance mom group jazz routine, and it's a fucking banger. But anyways, I gotta tell you what. Good night, Alyssa. Oh, I don't have any more drink.
Nope.
What's good, Iggy the Piggy? And line 3 is Airblown. King Tony, King of the Coke employees, bestie of the pod, Dance Shira of line 3, line 3's Lord and Savior, and behind the scenes correspondent, the main girlie of Idaho, and everyone's favorite Mexican. Those are the listener emails this week.
Damn good emails.
I mean, yeah. What's your song of the week this week?
My song
My
of the
brother
week
in Christ.
is again by Fetty Wap, specifically
I
played
thought
on
it
a
was gonna be Teenage Dirtbag.
I said at some point it will be, but it's again by Fetty Wap, specifically played on a JBL speaker from far away.
I thought you were gonna say Dance Ass Remix.
Yeah, baby.
So
I want you to.
goofy as fuck.
Dude, that's not, have you not seen all those memes?
No.
Where like someone far away is playing again by Fetty Wap on a JBL, and it like
No.
slowly approach, like the sound is slowly. It's so
That's
goddamn
awesome.
funny.
I know you said that my gym playlist was tired and busted.
I didn't say that at all.
Roll the footage.
Yeah,
Yes,
roll
you did.
every second of this podcast. I've never said that.
When he actually said, you're going to freak out. What he actually said was that it was going to get tired. Like, you will get tired
I
of
said,
it.
yeah, you're going to get tired of it.
So what I'm hearing is it's tired.
No,
Okay,
that's-
got it. So anyway, I will say I love the last half of my gym playlist because it's all songs that make me smile.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
buy you a drink and all that good stuff. My song of the week is a song.
Oh, I got to add these.
Yeah, come on, clock in, dude.
Sorry.
My
I have
top
so
of-
many
top
responsibilities
of
on
the
this
pyramid.
podcast.
My, what's it called? Song of the week
Jesus Christ.
is a song called Common Ground by Anthony Ramos. And guess what? Guess what?
What is it called? I wasn't listening. I was
Common
adding.
Ground by Anthony Ramos. And hey, guess what?
I don't.
You
I don't
bitches
know.
are mad.
Oh, God damn it.
My husband, my man. Oh, For all of the musical theater girlies that were screaming at me at the beginning for being on my knees for Anthony Ramos, let me tell you something.
I don't think anyone was mad at you about that.
Was Anthony Ramos accused of adultery? Yes. However, it is a false rumor. Him and Jasmine Cephas Jones were engaged. They broke up. Their breakup was not public, and he made out with a girl at the club. That is not the same thing as cheating. They were broken up. It's different. But a big, big, big rumor in the theater community was that Anthony Ramos cheated on his fiancée. That is objectively not true. They were broken up. He was at the club getting his freak on. Common Ground. I love that song. That song is so good. There's a part in it where he breaks it down like the what?
No, I'm just settling in for you to. I love that you love your music.
No, you don't. You think it's dumb.
Mine is like, yeah, I saw a reel and it was funny.
No. There's a part in the song where I think it's an R&B song, so it would be in 4/4. And there's a section, I don't know, I would have to like see the sheet music. I don't think it's cut time. It's probably not. But there's a part in the middle where he speaks 2 times as fast. I don't think the time signature actually changes. I think he just speaks faster, You know what I mean?
16th notes instead of 8th notes, dog.
It's so good. It's like it's gonna get to a point I think where I need to be checked in somewhere. Probably it's gonna become Hassan Piker level. I know this about myself.
You can't think about it too much or else you'll cry.
No, I don't cry out of being horny usually. I think it's just like, and he can fucking sing, dude. Like I can't. I'm not gonna get into it too much. People are gonna be annoyed with me. But Common Ground by Anthony Ramos off of the something EP. What's it called?
I don't know.
Don't
ask me.
The Knowledge or like something goofy.
I just clicked add.
If you're Anthony Ramos and you heard that, no, you didn't. It's like wait, hang on.
Oh my god. What are we even doing here?
Common Ground.
We've really come unraveled at the end of this here podcast.
The Freedom. That's what's called. The Freedom EP. It's bad, but I really like that song.
All right.
Also, Anthony Ramos can get it. If you feel like it, you can follow us on Instagram at the Pyramid Pod. You can send us an email. We will definitely read it. I'll definitely read it. Ela doesn't know how to read, but I'll read it. And we might read it, probably will, on the podcast. Is the camera on? Yes.
That would have been a disaster.
I know. Well, we still have the audio, but it would just be kind of annoying.
You just get a video of me twerking and just put it on a loop for our visual.
I would have to make that loop. There's no way that would fucking happen. My Instagram is not Amanda B _. Eli's Instagram is at Eli _farmer_. Follow him for dog and cake pics.
You can take those for whatever you mean, whatever you think they mean.
For whatever you need them to be.
And what if it was all feet and ass on my Instagram?
I would be an immediate block for me personally. I'd be like, yeah, I can't see this.
Add to close friend story?
No. I almost took you off my close friend story.
Why?
Because I post insane things.
And they make me laugh every time.
I need to I sometimes feel like my close friends needs to only be reserved for people I never see. Because for me to be like, I would let this man break my arm, and then to see you the next day, you know what I mean? Like, to see my sister, to see my coworkers at work, like, I know during your lunch break you were thirsty on May, and I'm like,
listen,
yeah, kinda.
As someone who also is perpetually horny, I'm just less vocal about it. I see you in that place.
Thank you so much for that visibility. It means a lot. Send us an email, please, about your thoughts. I love the emails. We're going to post these bingo cards on the feed on Instagram. Please let us know if you use the bingo card and listen. And, pick a rando episode. It doesn't even have to be one that Eli's on. Some of the ones that Eli's aren't on are the best. So, pick a random episode. Do your fucking thing. Watch Drag Race. Email, if you're watching Drag Race right now, if you're watching All Stars, please email me all the reasons you hate MIB. I hate that woman. Please email me all the reasons you love Bosco. I love her. Whatever.
Oh, Drag Race reference drink.
We
owe a couple drinks. Yeah, but we got more.
And we're about to watch Drag Race.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Yeah, everything's fine. Balance is restored.
I need food, though.
Mr. Farmer, you need food? Are you shitting me? No. You're hungry?
Doing this for 3 goddamn hours.
So it's been 2, but okay.
Well, it's been 3 since I've eaten.
Well, I guess that's fair. Do you have anything you want to say?
I almost played. No. I was gonna, but I don't want to get copyright things on YouTube or whatever.
Fair.
No, we got to end this sometime.
Good
right?
luck with your finals.
The finals are over. It's June,
I know,
dog.
but it's good luck for any time you take a final ever. Good luck with your finals in general.
Alyssa specifically. Good luck with your
Good night,
finals.
Alyssa.
Good night, Alyssa.
Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye! I almost wanted to see how long I could hold
You
that out.
shouldn't.
But no.
You know what I mean?
My voice would start going. Wait.
Is this that Betty Wop song?
Yeah, baby!
Oh my god.
I want you to be mine.
I'm stopping this recording. You're a moron. Iggy is also feeling the disdain. Stop. I stopped it already.